Can you tell us a story about the plane crash? Like,
Yeah,
we're
I
in a
wanted
private jet, or
No, it's Cessna 310.
Okay.
Twin engine.
So it was like a commercial flight or private flight or?
No, it was a private plane, and we were
Like a
flying
propeller.
with this guy. Well, here's the deal. We back then in those days we drove 3,000, sometimes 4,000 miles a week, but a minimum of 3.
Mhm.
And like an average week, I'd give you like we all lived in Charlotte, so Charlotte Monday was either Greenville or Fayetteville. So either way, you're home that night. Tuesday's either Columbia, South Carolina, or Raleigh. If you went to Raleigh, then you just stayed in Raleigh because you had TV Wednesday, and then off big party Wednesday night, Thursday Norfolk, Friday Richmond, Saturday Roanoke, and then you could be in Savannah in the afternoon,
God
and
damn.
Greensboro at night. It's a 4,000 mile week.
Wow.
But with a lot of the towns are fun to spend the night in. So anyway, we're going to Wilmington, and that's the first time that Michael Jordan he came to the matches. Not this particular night, but I'd met him there when he was like 19, and well, I was in a bar one night, and this guy came up to me and said, "You guys drive everywhere?" I said, "Yeah." I said it's a lot. He goes, "I got a plane." "You do?" "Yeah." I said, "What will you charge to take us like to?" I said Raleigh as an example. $100 a piece. I said, $100 a piece, flying a plane? Well, we started banging it out everywhere. And we should have known there was something wrong with the guy because he hit a jet stream one time. When you know what stuff that can be in a small plane following us 737 in the Norfolk, and the plane went upside down. That should have been our first
Oh my
reminder that the
God.
guy might
Did he
not
do
know
it
what
on
he's doing.
purpose or
He didn't
accident?
even know a pilot's license.
So how do you get on the plane with him again after you go upside down one time?
Because I don't want to
Because
drive
that price
4,000
is too
miles.
fucking good.
Yeah.
You're not turning down that $100.
No,
That's
we
worth
don't.
going
Yeah,
upside
yeah.
down a couple times.
Yeah, like flying 2 towns in one day would be $120.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you kidding? After driving 4,000 miles,
Did you guys ask him like, yo, what the fuck happened there?
he just said we hit a jet stream. I mean, I've done that before on a big plane, where a guy will follow a guy in too close. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of things are monitored. You know how complicated it is to be in those air traffic control
Yeah, I
situations,
bet.
especially in bad weather. You got 30 planes hovering over Atlanta or Chicago.
Yeah.
Snowstorm. I've seen some shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, we compensated for being overweight, 1,400 pounds, unbeknownst to us, and he compensated by carrying less fuel. And we hit a headwind. Wilmington's on the coast, and what he should have done is land in Raleigh, refueled, but it was 100 miles more. And I guess he thought, you could push it. So we crashed less than a quarter mile away from the runway.
Do you remember like what?
No.
How did you first know? Like, don't you remember?
I just remembered the right engine going boom, boom, boom. And he reached down and pulled the fuel. I saw him reach down, right? And there was no fuel. And the left engine didn't even go around. It went. We were sailing. We stuck in the ground at 230 miles an hour. And that's going through normally a orchard of trees with cartwheel plane, a small plane like that. We just tore the orchard down, a tree orchard.
Jesus.
Yeah, landed on a railroad embankment.
And one guy passed away, right?
Pilot passed away, never regained consciousness. 2 guys are paralyzed. I broke my back in 3 places. Another guy had insane intestinal problems for a while. David Crockett, he's still living.
Whoa.
When you get off the plane like that, do you just feel like
tough to get back on?
Yeah.
So when I got the clearance to go back and start wrestling, the first time they wanted me to fly, are you ready to fly? I said, I don't know. It was like a big 10-passenger jet, but every time, when a smaller plane, when they mix the fuel, plane goes, the engine goes, till they fix the mixture on a prop plane.
Mm-hmm.
That noise used to drive me crazy. But, like when all of a sudden you could take off, you're going wide open, even on a big jet today, and they'll see something that they have to pull back on the throttle. And still to this day, it just, it throws me out of whack for a second. But I'm used to it now. I mean, I've got a lot of time and I've got more hours in small planes probably than I do.
You said you broke your back in 3 places.
Yeah, T10, 11, and 12. I used to be 6'2".
Were you
So-
were you unconscious like when you crashed and you woke up in the hospital?
Yeah, well, back then they had these military ambulances, right, where they boom, 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 3 on each side, right? And so I thought they said we're going to lose this one. I thought they were talking about me. So I'd written a note to this girl named Sheila.
Wait, when? On the way down?
No, he thought you said you thought you were
No,
going
I
to be the
was
one that was
seeing this
going.
girl named Sheila. I was married, but I was seeing this girl named Sheila in Norfolk. So I had written her a letter, a note, right? So I go to the guy. I said, there's a note in my shaving kit, man. I said, get it. It's to a chick named Sheila. In the hospital, when I realized I wasn't dead, I said,
Did you get the note back?
Tell Sheila I love her, but not to come see me.
That's the sign of a true beauty. Your plane's going down and you're thinking of your
No,
side
this is
piece
no,
right before you
He's in the
die.
hospital.
This is why I'm in
Oh.
the ambulance. And the
An
guy
ambulance.
says, they were going to lose this one.
That's legendary.
What about
Yeah.
your main girl? Did you leave anything for her? Or
My who?
Sheila, like your main girl at the time.
No, my wife, I was married.
Yeah, but did you think about her or just Sheila?
Oh, of course I did. I was worried that Sheila would show up and she'd be there.
How many successful flights do you think you had with this guy before that?
Shit, believe it or not, probably about 50. Maybe more than that. We were using them all the time.
Fuck, man. How long did it take you to recover? You said you broke your back 3 times.
Well,
3
it was
places.
supposed to be a year, but our business is. I was lucky; they liked me a lot, so they were paying me $1,000 a week. But supposed to be a year, but I was back in the ring March 18th,
So how long?
October 5th to March 18th. But I
5
only
months?
I went from 255 to 180,
Wow.
Wow.
and when I went back to work at the ring, I only weighed like 218. It was.
How much did that change, like your style, or like did you have to change your entire the way
No,
you?
we spent time looking at footage of Buddy and all that, and I technically was probably as good a wrestler as he was. I just had to get it in my mind, and then I saw Joe Namath. I went, that's
Legend.
the ticket.
Yeah.